Rise and give all praise to Allah, honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and honors to everyone in attendance. And we're going to get this thing started. What I want to do, and what we're going to do is have Brother Amar come up here and give us something emotional. All the Moors, please rise.
Ready? Allah, the Father of the universe. Allah, the Father of truth, peace, freedom, and justice. The Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector. Allah is my protector. My guide, and my salvation. By night, and by day. It was Holy Prophet. Drew Ali. Amen.
You may see it. All right, this afternoon we're going to start with the divine instructions from the Holy Prophet, chapter 4, Death and Burial of Elizabeth, Matheno's Lessons, the Ministry of Death. When John was 12 years old, his mother died. And neighbors laid her body in the tomb among her kindred in the urban burying ground near to Zacharias' tomb. And John was deeply grieved. He wept. But they don't say it is not well to weep because of death. Islam. Death is no enemy of man. It is a friend who, when the work of life is done, just cuts the cord that binds the human boat to earth, that it may sail on smoother seas. No language can describe a mother's worth, and yours was tried and true, but she was not called hence until her tasks were done. The cause of death are always for the best, for we are solving problems there as well as here, and one is sure to find himself where he can solve his problems best. Islam. Let me say that again. One is sure to find himself where he can solve his problems best, be it here or there. It is selfishness that makes one wish to call again to earth departed soul. Then let your mother rest in peace. Just let her noble life be strength and inspiration unto you. A crisis in your life has come, and you must have a clear conception of the work that you are called to do. The sages of the ages call you harbinger. The prophets look to you and say, he is Elijah come again. Your mission here is that of harbinger, for you will go before the Messiah's face to pave his way and make the people ready to receive the king. This readiness is purity of heart. None but the pure in heart can recognize the king. Sister Mia recognized the king and became a worshiper of Islam. To teach men to be pure in heart, you must yourself be pure in heart and word and deed. In infancy, the vow for you was made, and you become a Nazarite. The razor shall not touch your face, nor your head, and you shall not taste wine or fire drinks. We get back to that. Men need a pattern for their lives. They love to follow, not to lead. The man who stands upon the corners of the paths and points the way but does not go is just a point, and a block of wood can do the same. The teacher treads the way. On every span of ground, he leaves his footprints clearly cut, which all can see and be assured that he, their master, went that way. Men comprehend the inner life by what they see and do. They come to Allah through ceremonies and forms. And so when they would make men know that sins are washed away by purity in life, a right symbolic may be introduced. In water, wash the bodies of the people who will turn away from sin and strive for purity of life. This rite of cleansing is a preparation rite, and they who thus are cleansed comprise the temple of purity. And you shall say, you men of Israel, hear, reform, and wash, because the sons of purity become the sons of purity, and you shall be forgiven. This rite of cleansing and this temple are but symbolic of the soul, which does not come with outward show, but is the temple within. Now you may never point the way and tell the multitude to do what you have not done, but you must go before and show the way. You are to teach that men must watch, so you must lead the way. Your body must be washed, symbolic of the cleansing of the soul. John said, why need I wait? Let's go. They ought not go at once and wash. Matheno said, tis well. And they went down to the Jordan ford and east of Jericho, just where the host of Israel crossed. When first they entered Canaan, they tarried for a time. Matheno taught the harbinger, and he explained to him the inner meaning of the cleansing rite and how to wash himself and how to wash the multitude. And then the river Jordan, John was washed, and they returned unto the wilderness. Now in Jetty's hills, Matheno's work was done, and he and John went down to Egypt. They rested until they reached the temple of Saqqara in the valley of the Nile. For many years, Matheno was a master in this temple of the brotherhood. And when he told about the life of John and his mission to the sons of men, the Hierophant with joy received the harbinger, and he was called the brother Nazarite. For 18 years, John lived and wrought within these temple gates. And here he conquered self, became a mastermind, and learned the duties of the harbinger. This is the ministry of death. And this is the right that these men and women you see here wearing turbans and fezes have strived to take up. Islam. So there's no easy path, and it's not going to be. We're going to move right along, and we're going to get back to this later. And we have the sister come up and read the obituary.
Chanell Bey, formerly Chanell Anderson, 32 years of age, from Chicago, Illinois, passed on June 28, 2020 at 9:21 p.m. Chanell was born in Chicago, Illinois on Wednesday at 1:37 p.m. July 1st, to her parents and to the Donald Anderson. She was the youngest of three children. Okay. Chanell was a faithful member of the Moorish Science Temple of America, in which she proclaimed her nationality as a Moorish American Moor, and was hereby declared a Muslim under the divine laws of the Holy Quran of Mecca. Chanell was also a Shikish and was proud to be a dedicated Moor. Chanell was smart, bright, and intelligent. She attended Brown Elementary School, graduated from George Henry Corliss High School, and went to Southern Illinois University at Edwardsville while maintaining an A package. Chanell was an incredible, beautiful person, both in and out. Her personality was kind and sweet. Until you made a man. later man. My head hurt. She had it. You had it. She had a heart of gold and was very forgiving. She can always be stubborn as a mule. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. She was okay. She could also be stubborn as a mule and kind at the same time. She loves her two sons, mother and fiance, Montez Bey Sr. Chanell and her mother used to talk on the phone every day when possible. They had each other's back. Okay. Chanell loves her cousins as well. Tim, Tammy, and Travis Anderson, Jason and Jermaine, Justin King, and Marissa Chanel, and Patrice Greenwood. They were all very close. You could say they were three the hard way. Terry, Jermaine, and Chanel. When there was an occasion, Chanel was there. Chanel worked for Grubhub, Comcast, and UPS. She enjoyed cooking, music, and family. She hoped to return to culinary art school to pursue her love for cooking to become a chef. Chanel used to cherish her memories. Her mother and father, Angeles and Donald Anderson. Two sons, Amar Caden Shakur Bey and Montez Monroe Bey Jr. Her fiance, Montez Monroe, okay, senior, excuse me, Montez, okay. Her fiance, Montez Monroe Bey Sr. Her grandmother, Cora Anderson, two brothers, Christopher, Michelle Anderson, and Donald Anderson. Four aunts, Sarah 15, Tamora Anderson, Joyce Anderson, and Leroy Anderson. Stepfather, Joe Watkins. Five nieces, two nephews, two great nephews, a host of other cousins, friends, and a happy family. Okay. In loving memory of Chanell Anderson, July 1st, 1987, June 28th, 2020, from the residence of Orchard Place.
That
Anybody else want to come up and say a few words of encouragement? And let us to read. Okay. Brother, you want to say a few words before come on, bro. Come on. That's it. I just want to come up here and say that I love all y'all. All y'all. And I wish I could have been around more. I wish I could have. I didn't fully understand what she was going through. And I just want to say to my cousin, my brother, all y'all, my cousin, Eddie, because when we talk to each other, I just want to say I'm sorry to all y'all. I love y'all. And I just don't want to do this no more. Like, I don't want to have to come up here and cry because I'm sorry, y'all. I just want to come up. I love you, cuz.
Love you too.
Good afternoon. My name is Sarah Phipps King, Chanel's aunt. I thank everyone for being here to celebrate our home going. I have established a GoFundMe for Chanel. When they release the funds, I want you, both of the fathers, to give me a call. I'd like to send these funds to you for the kids. So it will help you in their, journey that they have to go through. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Valerie Moore. I'm her niece. Like my cousin said, we haven't been speaking in years, and I just want to show my appreciation for my auntie for being there when I felt alone. She gave me the strength, the power, the charisma, the encouragement to be the woman I am today. When nobody was in my corner, she was here for me. And after so many years, I'm seeing everybody. And I just wish I would have been able to reach out more or have people reach out towards me and just had another moment, because I didn't know that this was that expensive. And I just want to let everybody know, time is precious. We don't know if we have tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised. So we all just need to embrace our family and just keep one another in our prayers. That's all I want to say. I just don't want nobody to feel left out, alone. And she was there for me.
Anybody else have any remarks? Come on up here. Let's memorialize it right now.
All right, y'all. I'm Danae. I'm one of her nieces, her favorite niece. Sorry, but I just want everybody to know, yes, this is sad, but my auntie really, I'm not gonna say struggle, but she was really going through it, and I just want to acknowledge the fact that my TT looks so peaceful right now. I know, like I went to visit her in Montana when the baby was first born, and seeing my auntie lay there in pain like that broke me. So to see my auntie at peace right now is the happiest thing for me. And I know our family, we might not want to accept that, but it's just reality. Like we won't want her to still be living here, hurting and pain. And Amar and MJ has one of the best fathers ever. Shakur is one of the greatest fathers, so trust me, they are in good hands. And if you guys need anything, me and my mom is always available. But just know, like, she's at peace, like it hurt, but she's peaceful right now. And I want everybody to know my auntie was always the life of the party. So we gotta cheer up. Like if she was here, she would not want us sad. She would not want us crying. My auntie was the life of any party. She walked in nothing but smiles. So we need to, like, yes, it hurt, but we got to get it together and be happy for her because, like I said, I see my TT, she peaceful right now. I love everybody and thank everybody for coming out, supporting my granny and my cousins. Love you.
All right, they're gonna wrap it up for anybody else. Keep it brief, keep it brief, keep it moving. Oh, we got to.
Islam. Peace and love. I want to say one thing, actually a few things real quick about Chanell. When I first met her, and once we got to know one another, she told me herself specifically many things about life in the future that she saw that actually came to pass. The age that she had her first child, the fact that she would have my first child, she told me that within the first month that we had met. So I understand the pain and the missing of her in her flesh because I know that to you, Anderson, she was definitely an angel. I spent a lot of time with her and I watched her develop from where you all knew her to be, even to grow much more into a divine being known as a Lord Chanell. I just wanted to say that I love her. If you all know any of the trials that we went through within this past 4 or 5 months, we apologized to one another. We forgave one another and we shared our love with one another. As best we could. I just want you to know that her child, Amar Bey, my son, bear witness to her. So she is at peace. Islam.
Well, you consider yourself blessed, brother, because you got a chance to make that peace. You got that chance. Come on, keep it moving. Come on if you want, if you feel it, come on. I got you right after this, brother.
Yeah, it's crazy to say the least. But Danae said something, and it made me want to say this. I've been telling close family this. You probably wouldn't know by looking at me, but I got like a weird thing where I dislocate my shoulders all the time. I had 5 total my whole life. But the last time we were at my house, her brothers, my brothers, a lot of us, we were just gathered as a group trying to figure out what's going on because obviously this was the only girl in our group of cousins and the baby girl at that. So it's been weird for all of us to say the least, even comprehending that she passed away. Weird thing that happened was we were talking, having a conversation, and I dislocated my shoulder. In a real odd way, I honestly just threw my arms down and my shoulder came out. It's something I've never been through. Normally, it's like fighting or something with force when my shoulder come out, but this time it wasn't like that. So when I got to the hospital, I told my brothers and her brother to take me in, and we have been drinking. We have been drinking a lot. But one of the things that the doctor wanted to make me aware of is that when they put people to sleep when you've been drinking, there's a huge possibility that you could pass away. But the pain is crazy and I don't want to go through it. So I'm just gonna tell y'all what happened to me. I'm super spiritual. I believe in God. But I never believed in being able to talk to spirits. I didn't believe in ghosts. I didn't believe in apparitions or anything like that. But Chanell had passed away a week prior. And when they put me to sleep, I could feel my body floating in this weird white and red space. And all of a sudden I stopped and I saw Chanell. This is a week after she passed away. And her exact words to me, the first words were, because we had been wondering, I had never met Montez. I have met Shakur, but she said, you guys shouldn't be worried because I'm okay. I'm doing okay. And this is exactly what she said to me. I'm doing okay. My son's gonna be okay. They both got amazing dads. Words to that. She said that. It's not something she's making up. Chanell said it herself. It's clear as day. Both of my sons got amazing dads. Y'all don't have to be worried. Stop stressing out about me. She was in a lot of pain. We couldn't fathom what she was going through until we saw her in the hospital. But now, no more struggling, no more pain. But she's gonna be okay. And the boys gonna be okay. And we gonna be okay.
All right, this is gonna be the last one, so we can keep it moving. Oh, two more, come on. Both of y'all real quick. 40 characters or less.
A lot of people don't know that Chanell is my favorite cousin. I just want to sing a song. We were together just the other day, taking life for granted, passing time away. I was there for you. You were there for me. We will be together for eternity. I never knew there'd be sorrow, but I knew we'd be together tomorrow. I know it sounds funny, but what can I say? Now I can't believe that you're gone away, and I'm so alone, alone. I miss you. You never miss a good friend until they're gone, and I'm so alone. I miss you, Chanell. Life goes on, it's not the same. But I guarantee you, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was filled with darkness, and the earth was filled with no form but the Spirit of the Lord hovered about the waters. Time and time again, I try to trying to tell my family, we're so divided as a people. We got to start coming together and be there for one another. It's like life is short. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. John 3:16. Get in your Bibles, people. I just want to let y'all know, I'm not here to fuss. I just want to let y'all know that God created us not to just serve him, but to serve one another as brothers and sisters in Christ, as gods and goddesses of the Most High. Each one teach one. We have to pour out into each other, and we have to give each other knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I don't know nobody else outside of this young lady right here that has been striving each and every day of her life to become a better her, to be there for one another. She has never, ever looked at nobody outside of what they were, but a brother and a sister in Christ. I love this woman. This is my favorite cousin. She's deeply embedded in my heart. She will always be with me. I just want to say I love all of y'all. No matter what, I haven't seen y'all. It's been a while, but we got to start coming together as a family. We need to get a book, write phone numbers down, and keep in touch with one another because life is short. And I just want to tell y'all, stay blessed, stay highly favored, remain peaceful, always stay sucker free, and always remember that Jesus got a blessing with your name on it.
Trying to keep it together. Kind of works, so keep guys bear with me. It's hard for me because I was kind of the last person that my cousin called before she made it to the hospital. I'm trying to keep it together because I feel like I could have done more. And I feel like if I would have done more, then my cousin would be here. We never had the best relationship coming up and growing up only because her father is my uncle. And basically, I'm related to her on her dad's side of the family. So once we got older, after my grandmother passed, me and Chanell began to take that relationship to another level to be closer to one another. And I am grateful because she was there for me the whole pregnancy. 7 months of my pregnancy, I was homeless. I was living from house to house. And my cousin was the only one that was there. Even after the fact that she found out that she had scleroderma, and I was still going through my trials and tribulations, she would take her time to go out of her way for me. And we did that for each other, and we never counted favors. So that week following up of her passing away, we went to multiple restaurants, drove around, looking for ices, all type of crazy crap. And June 19th was the last day I seen my cousin. She called me at 6 o'clock in the morning, June 20th, and I was unable to answer. She left me a voice message and a text message saying, call me a nurse. And I never answered. So for me, it's like, I just feel like I let her down, and she never let me down, no matter what she was going through. Following up until the point with other stuff that I might not say, which was the reason why she probably went into the hospital. And I kind of feel like I'm maybe the reason because of that. But I don't want to feel like it's about me, because it's not about me. We came here for her. And I just want to say that I just wish I would have picked up that call, because maybe my cousin would still be here. That's what I feel. I didn't get to say goodbye. My daughter was there with me. That was the last time she seen her cousin. So for me to explain it to a 3-year-old, it's hard. When every day I talk to my cousin, we never missed a phone call. We text each other every day. Tacos was her favorite food, and that was the last thing that I got to make for my cousin. And also, I took her to a taco place called Vieira's. I don't know if I pronounced it right. It's basically a taco where you dip it in the sauce. And we paid $40 for 8 tacos. I paid it because we were looking for this taco place for the whole week, and we couldn't find it. Every time we would go over there, they'll be closed. So we finally found it. And I'm like, steady call her. She didn't answer. And she finally answered. And I'm like, well, I'm going to get the tacos. If you want to pay me back, you pay me back. If not, it really don't matter. Because we never counted favors. And that's how she was. No matter whatever she was going through, she was hurting, she was sick, hands, whatever, she never complained. Her chin was up, held high. And if she cried, she didn't let you see it. Because that's the type of strong person she was. So my purpose of getting up here, because I don't know everybody that's here, I would like to get to know everybody that's here. I don't want to feel like I'm more important than anybody only because of the relationship that we had, because she had a relationship with everybody in this room. And it doesn't matter what type of relationship that you have with her, that she loved everybody. No matter what. If you was a drug abuser, whatever your status or your profession, your walks of life, my cousin never judged. And that's what I had to say.
And I just love my cousin. And I love everybody that came here to support me.
All right. That sounds like you to me. Everybody have a piece of it. Everybody need to hold on to that. You know, that she's gone, she's not gone. We don't use that word because she's not gone. You have a memory, you have a heart, you have a committed to that memory. She's not gone. You know, let's not get lost in the emotion of she is gone physically. So with that, I'm going to just read a little bit. All right, you last one, man. Come on. We still gonna get to this reading, so we can explain a little bit of this for y'all.
I just wanted to get up here and say that. I love my cousin, and she loved me from the bottom of her heart. You all right? No matter what somebody did, she didn't judge anybody unless you got on her bad side. But yeah, she was a loving person. And I didn't want to get up here and say that I love her. And y'all might not know me like that, but I love you all too for coming through. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Time never was when man was not. If the life of man at any time began, a time would come when it would end. The thoughts of Allah cannot be circumscribed. No finite mind can comprehend things infinite. All things are subject unto change. Our finite things will cease to be because there was a time when they were not. The bodies and the souls of men are finite things, and they will change. Yea, from the finite point of view, the time will come when they will be no more. But man himself is not the body, nor the soul. He is a spirit and a part of Allah. So there is no failure, there is no death. Energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be transferred. For those of you who have heard it, that's what this is. If you have not heard it, that's what it is. Without a foe, a soldier never knows his strength, and thought must be developed by the exercise of strength. And so this carnal nature soon became a foe that man must fight, that he might be the strength of Allah made manifest. Let everything stand still and hear. Man is the Lord of all the plane of manifest, of protoplast, of mineral, of plant, of beast, but he gave up his birthrights just to gratify his lower self. Anybody know about their lower self? Everybody know they got a twin in here? No, okay, we're gonna get back to that. But man will regain his lost estate, his heritage, but he must do it in a conflict that cannot be told in words. He must suffer trials and temptations, manyfold, but let him know that cherubim and seraphim that rule the stations of the sun and spirit of the mighty Allah who rule the solar stars are his protectors and his guide, and they will lead to victory. Man will be fully saved, redeemed, perfected by the things he suffers on the plane of flesh and on the plane of soul. When man has conquered carnal things, his garb of flesh will then have served its purpose well. It will fail, it will fall, will be no more. This is what you all are witnessing. And this chapter is called The Creation and Fall of Man. This is what is taking place. Now, there is another place where some more is going to happen real quick. Pay attention. Then he will stand untrammeled on the plane of soul. A trammel is the tool used to draw circles. On the plane of soul, where he must full complete his victories. Unnumbered foes will stand before a man upon the plane of soul. These he must overcome. Yea, overcome them every one. Thus hope will ever be his beacon light. There is no failure for the human soul. For Allah is leading on and victory is sure. Man cannot die. The spirit man is one with Allah, and while Allah lives, man cannot die. When man has conquered every foe upon the plane of soul, the sea will have full opened out, will have unfolded in the holy breath. The garb of soul will then have served its purpose well, and man will need it never more, and will pass and be no more, and man will attain unto the blessedness of perfectedness at one with Allah. That is the creation and fall of man. The spirit man, the soul man, and the flesh man. All up together. Islam. All right. Now we was talking about that lower self and the twins real quick. No man live unto himself, for everything is bound by cords to every other living thing. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will love and not demand love in return. They will not do to other men what they will not have other men do unto them. There are two selves, the higher self and the lower self. Islam. All right. The higher self is the human spirit clothed with soul, made in form of Allah. The lower self, the carnal self, the body of desires, is a reflection of higher self, distorted by the evils of the flesh. The lower self is an illusion and will pass away. The higher self is Allah and man and will not pass away. Anybody in here know Sister Chanell really well? Yes. Anybody has seen her lower self? Anybody has seen her higher self? I know y'all seen that lower self. Some of y'all haven't seen it as long as y'all know her now. Come on. All right. But now which was more? What's just weighs more to you? The higher self and the good things that you had, the laughs, the memories? Or just those little moments she had where she had to take it there with you or somebody else? Or in defense of you because she felt you were not being treated right. Now that's what y'all said about this, was that she would defend when she needed to, her family. Islam. So she gonna keep it peaceful with you and her higher self. Justice, mercy, love, right. But then if you take it there, like you just said, Auntie, Cuzzo just said, and everybody else said it, you make her mad. But one, Cuzzo said something really interesting. He said they strive. Anybody know what strive means? Strive means together in opposition. So you striving with something that you carry with you. And at every moment there's a choice to be made, the right choice or the wrong choice. Go left or go right. That's what striving is. Together in opposition. No, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to do that. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Well, no, I know it's not right, but so what? Just this one time. That's what striving is, and I'm sure some of y'all don't strive with Sister Mia up in here a little bit. Let's have some fun. Let's kick back and do what we do. Brother Montez, for you, brother. Give ear, fair Lord of love, for the instructions of prudence, and let the precepts of truth sink deep in thy heart. So shall the charms of thy mind and lust add luster to the elegance of thy form. And thy beauty, like the rose it resembleth, shall retain its sweetness when the bloom is withered. In the spring of thy youth and the morning of thy day, when the eyes of men gaze upon thee with delight, and nature whispereth in thine ear the meaning of their words. Hear with caution their seducing words. God will thy heart, nor listen to their soft persuasions. Remember, thou art made man's reasonable companion, not the slave of his passion, and the end of thy being is not merely to gratify his loose desires, but to assist him in the toils of life, to soothe his heart with thy tenderness and recompense his care with soft endearments. Who is she that winneth the heart of man, that subdueth him to love and reigneth in his breast? Lo, yonder she walketh in maiden sweetness, with innocence in her mind and modesty on her cheek. Her hand seeketh employment, her foot delighteth not in gadding abroad. She is clothed with neatness, she is fed with temperance, humility and meekness are the crown of glory circling her head. On her tongue dwelleth music, the sweetness of honey floweth from her lips. Decency in all her words, in her answers are mildness and truth. Submission and obedience are the lessons of her life, and peace and happiness are her reward. Before her steps walketh prudence, and virtue attendeth at her right hand. Her eyes speaketh softness and love, but discretion with a scepter sitteth on her brow. The tongue of the licentious is dumb in her presence. The awe of her virtue keepeth him silent. When scandal is busy and the fame of her neighbors is tossed from tongue to tongue, if charity and good nature open not her mouth, the finger of silence resteth on her lip. Her breast is the mansion of goodness, and therefore she suspecteth no evil of others. Happy the man that should make her his wife. Happy the child that should call her mother. Islam. Okay. Okay. She resideth in the house, and there is peace. She commandeth with judgment, and is obeyed. She arises in the morning, she considers her affairs, and appoints to every one their proper business. The care of her family is her whole delight. Y'all ain't hearing me. To that alone she applies her study, and elegance with frugality is seen in her mansion. The prudence of her management is an honor to her husband, and he heareth her praise with a secret delight. She informeth the minds of her children with wisdom. Have y'all met Amar? Have y'all met Amar? Okay. Okay. That brother, this brother here, wise beyond his years. Y'all need to talk to this brother for real. His mama did that. She informed the minds of her children with wisdom. She fastened their manners from the examples of her own goodness. The words of her mouth is the law of their youth. The motion of her eye commanded their obedience. Anybody seen that look? Has anybody seen that look? Okay then. Y'all know what it means? Get to getting about your business, right? Oh yeah, I know the sister look now. I've seen the look. She speaketh, and thy servants fly. She pointeth, and the thing is done, for the law of love is in her heart, and her kindness addeth wings to their feet. In prosperity, she is not puffed up. In adversity, she healeth the wounds of fortune with patience. The troubles of her husband are alleviated by her counsels, and sweetened by the endearments he putteth his heart in her bosom, and receiveth comfort. One more time. Happy is the man that has made her his wife. Happy the child that called her mother. All right. We're going to keep on moving a little bit because I got a whole lot to say about this. I want y'all to see what we saw in her in this more science. This one is for Mom. The senior course of study was opened up, and Jesus entered and became the pupil of the Hierophant. He learned the secrets of the mystic lore of Egypt land and the mysteries of the life and death of the world beyond the circle of the sun. Wow, that's a lot. Jesus was bad. When he finished all the studies of the senior course, he went into the chamber of the dead that he might learn the ancient methods of preserving from decay the bodies of the dead, and here he wrought. And carriers brought the body of a widow's son to be embalmed. The weeping mother followed her grief was great. And Jesus said, good woman, dry your tears. You follow an empty house. Your daughter is not in it. You weep because your son is dead. Death is not a cruel word. Your son can never die because your daughter can never die. He had a task assigned to do in the garb of flesh. He came, he did his work, and then he laid the flesh aside. He did not need it more. She's done. She did her job. Whatever it was, if you wasn't privy to it, that's no concern of everybody else's, because her and Allah got it together right. He called her name and she came. Beyond the human sight, she has another work to do. And she will do it well and pass to other tasks, and by, she will attain the crown of perfect life. Now, if you harbor grief and give your sorrows vent, they will grow greater every day. They will absorb your very life until at last you will be naught but grief wet down with bitter tears. That is Jesus talking to Mama. Instead of helping her, you grieve your daughter by your deep grief. She seeks your solace now and has, as she has ever done. When you are glad, she is glad. It's sad when you grieve. Go bury your woes. Go bury your woes. Not her. Your woes. Whatever you have that may be weighing you down. You go bury that, because you can't bury this. I don't care what we're doing here. She can't be buried. Okay, somebody hear me. Somebody hear me. Somebody hear me. Go and bury your woes and smile at grief and lose yourself in helping others by drying their tears. Mom, help these people out. With duty done comes happiness and joy, and gladness cheers the hearts of those who have passed on. The weeping woman turned and went her way to find happiness in helpfulness, to bury deep her sorrow in a ministry of joy. All right, I heard it. Now I know somebody out there. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. All right. Now, what made Sister join Morris Temple of America? And with this, I'm okay as I leave in peace. If you have race pride and love your race, join the Morris Temple of America and become a part of this divine movement. Then you will have power to redeem your race, because you will know who you are and your forefathers were, because where there is unity, there is strength. Together we stand. All right. Come, good people, because I, the prophet, sent to redeem this nation from mental slavery, which you now have need, every one of you who think your condition can be better. It's not me. Just listen to the words and I'm going to tell you what it is. This is a field open to strong men and women to uplift the nation and take your place in the affairs of men. If the Europeans and other nations are helping me, why not you? It's your problem. The Negro problem is being solved only as it can, and that is by the more divine national movement. If you have a nation, you must have a free national name. Bey, Il, Ali. As an American citizen, this is what it meant when it said, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things will be added unto you. This is titled The Voice of the Prophet. So if you wonder what she heard the voice of the prophet. And everything that I've read and everything that you've heard is the voice of the prophet. Islam, I leave as I came in peace, Moors and brothers and sisters and mom. Thank you for allowing me to say these few words about my Moorish sister. And I see you had your turban and pen on, so I know what that means as well. Brother Montez, would you like to close us out with a few words? Come on, Mom. Come on. I just would like to thank everyone that came out, all friends, all family. It's been rough these past couple of weeks. I'm still trying to, wrap my head around this, and but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Uh, as I said inside of the obituary, Auntie Maury didn't get a chance to read it, so I'll read it. Allah truly blessed me the day that you came into my life. You've truly showed me what true love really is. You've made me a better man, and you gave me the greatest gift ever, our son MJ. I'll see you again. I always love you from now until the end of time. Lord Monte. And like I said, she showed me what true love is, and she was a good one. She was perfect for me. She made sure I was held accountable for anything that I did wrong or if I was right. For the past couple of years, we've been battling the illness that she had, and it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. And all she can say is, don't worry about it. Just take care of what you're supposed to take care of, and not get everything else. She was a woman of her word. And for some people who know me, I was a lot more slimmer than what I was. So, we ain't good. But I'm gonna miss her. And it's hard, it's hard. It's hard. This is my first time losing someone close. I still have my grandparents, I still have my mother, I still have my father, I still have my sisters, my brothers, my cousins, my best friends. And yes, and you heard that, huh? It's hard. It's hard. But she left me with this task to raise MJ, to make sure, I teach him everything that he's supposed to need, upbring him right, teach him about respect, teach him how to be a man, teach him how to treat women, teach him how to just teach him everything. And I accept this task, I accept this challenge, and I know if she could be here, she would be here. Like us, she say, she's not gone. She's here. I still here. Speech, tough. Everybody know tough. Y'all know what that means, tough. With that, I just want to say I love you. I'm always love you. And don't worry about the boys. I got them. Me and Shakur got them. Age. All righty. Got any more words from family? One more time, no words from family. Oh yeah. One more time.
I just got a poem I want to say for my cousin. It's called Feelings. Many things I felt each day, which words cannot express. The better spoken about smile, a look, and a warm caress. I tend to kiss, my gentle touch, my understanding too. Some things I felt, not expressed. I call my love for you. I love you because you'll be forever missed, forever loved.
Real quick, come on, big cousin. Come on, real quick.
And I say, I can't believe this. I can't believe it. Me, Chanell, my cousin Terry, they call us the three amigos. Three the hard way. She was a girl. She went everywhere I went. Everywhere I went, man. Summertime, when we moved to Michigan, Chanell came. Summertime for us, I come to Pretty House, Allgale Gardens. Like we was like this every day, all day, man. The past 7 years, I've been in federal prison. The past 7 years, in a couple of them years, I baby got sick. And I ain't even see her go through it. I ain't even nothing. And I come home a few months ago. She gone. I don't know. They say you gotta see the blessing and everything. I ain't seen it. It's hard for me to see it, man. Like this my baby, man. Like I ain't seen it, man, but I know it's there. And I know it's there. I'm gonna keep looking for it because I know it's there. But it's hard. It's hard, man, to see it, man, with my baby, man. I just gotta, like the last time I seen him, Mark, I had him in my arms 7 years ago, holding him. I got the picture right before I went to the feds. But the smile I get just for seeing him now, I ain't seen this boy, like my baby right there. Like I still got her right there. I ain't seen MJ yet because like I said, I've been gone. So I got them, But I appreciate all y'all and everybody I don't know. I want to know y'all because in order for her to be around, I gotta get with y'all. I gotta get to know y'all. We all gotta come together. You know what I mean? But I love you. I'm always love you. And I'm always have you. And she know that.
Let me get everybody to rise. Please enjoy hands and hear the words as we close this thing out. A holy covenant of the Asiatic nation. Hold somebody's hand, touch. Everybody got to touch. Everybody has to be touching. Everybody touching back there, Shakur? All right. Ye are the children of one father. Provided for by his care. And the breast of one mother hath given you suck. Let the bonds of affection therefore unite thee with thy brothers, that peace and happiness may dwell in thy father's house. And when you separate in the world, remember the relation that bindeth you to love and unity, and prefer not a stranger before thine own blood. If thy brother's in adversity, Assist him. If thy sister's in trouble, forsake her not. So shall the fortunes of thy father contribute to the support of his whole race, and his care be continued to you all in your love to each other. Islam, Islam, Islam. All right, family.
Everyone, please make sure you have a seat so we can ensure that our sister, she is Chanell Bey, will be sent off properly. Bow, please. And now that the ceremony has taken place, you must know that Chanell Bey was a Moorish American Muslim, a Sheikhist. She is tried and true. So that is why we salute the flesh, because the flesh has gone through a trial that only you must go through yourself to comprehend. Islam? Islam. Who's the greatest? Islam. Who's the greatest? Islam. Who's the greatest? Islam. Islamism. Islam.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, clap your hands for the life of our dear sister.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, clap your hands for Chanell's wife.
My dear ladies and gentlemen, first off, allow me to say thank you so much for your patience, especially during this